I really wish I'd got my act together this weekend to purchase tickets to see the premiere of the film Ammonite, which had its first showing in British cinemas on Saturday. I know that the making of the film caused much excitement in your part of the county, and indeed it was fascinating to see for myself the changes made in Lyme Regis when the filming took place, when I visited on Ash Wednesday that year to see the scenery and how a film set could appear so realistic, setting the town back in time a few hundred years. We live in a county of treasure seekers. Over the course of the summer, hundreds, if not thousands of people have spent their time scouring the Jurassic coast for ammonites or trilobites or Bezos stones. Fossil hunting in Dorset is big business. And the film Ammonite, based on the life of Mary Anning, fossil hunter extraordinaire, is set to win big awards, at least not for Kate Winslet. In the summer I read the book Remarkable Creatures by Tracy Chevalier, also based on the life of Mary. And what an amazing treasure seeker she was with her discoveries, including the first correctly identified ichthyosaur skeleton, the first two nearly complete plesiosaur skeletons, the first pterosaur skeleton located outside Germany, and many fish fossils. We also live in a world of treasure seekers. Ever since time began, men and women have searched for something, be it fossils or gold or diamonds. My own fossil hunting began as a child on the coast of the Isle of Wight, and after some digging I couldn't believe my luck as something bright and shiny gleamed through the sandstone. I was no longer digging for fossils, I was now digging for gold. And carefully I pulled it out of the crevice, a glistening gold-coloured rock. It took a while for my parents to dispel my excitement, as they gently told me that this was not gold, but this was a mineral called iron pyrite, commonly known as fool's gold. I spent some time visiting South Africa, as the Oxford diocese where I served previously was linked with the Diocese of Kimberley and Kuruman in the Northern Cape. It's that part of South Africa which gets overlooked on tourist trails or on rugby tours. If you go to Kimberley, one of the famous landmarks is the Big Hole. It covers 42 acres, is 240 metres deep. It's said to be one of the largest holes dug by hand in the world. From 1891 to 1914, 40,000 miners dug with picks and shovels through 21 million tonnes of earth to mine 14 million carats of diamonds. Now all that is left is a big hole. The West have in a way got their treasure and left the Northern Cape, with significant unemployment and poverty, alcohol and domestic violence issues, health issues relating to mining and HIV/AIDS, and that was all before COVID-19. Sadly, most treasure seeking leaves only an emptiness. It satisfies momentarily and disappoints, or it leads to an even greater yearning to keep seeking, to keep digging, to keep hunting in a driven quest for that ultimate find, causing a build-up of frustration, broken relationships, and often anger in its wake. As Christians, we have found the lasting treasure, what the Bible calls the pearl of great price. My simple message to you is to know the treasure that is within us, and if you don't know Jesus Christ, to welcome that treasure within you. As St. Paul writes to the church in Corinth, we have this treasure in clay jars, so that it may be made clear that this extraordinary power belongs to God and does not come from within us. We are afflicted in every way, but not crushed. Perplexed, but not driven. Persecuted, but not forsaken. Struck down, but not destroyed. Always carrying in the body the death of Jesus, so that the life of Jesus may be made visible in our bodies. And I say to you, not only know the treasure within, but live in a ways which demonstrate that treasure within. God has set us among the treasure seekers to bring them to the true lasting treasure, Jesus Christ. This is not about gold or diamonds, but all seekers looking for treasure in all the wrong places: the well-paid job, the comfortable retirement, the perfect relationship, fame on Instagram, a big lottery win, the leader of the gang, or a leader in business or politics. To such as these, Christians are called to demonstrate with lives of faith, hope and love that riches beyond rubies are available freely to all who look in the right place. Yes, some, like the rich young ruler, will find the call too costly, will not be prepared to take the risk. Some cannot let go of what they have to exchange it for something better, therefore will go away sad. However, as we and many, many through the ages can testify, it is with God where true peace and contentment can be found for all eternity. Sometimes people ask me about my life and whether I wish it was any different to the one I have now. Yes, there may have been many good things about that life, the life I will never know, that I've not lived. And there have been lots of difficulties. With this life, all has definitely not been plain sailing. Yet as I answer them, I know that I would never have done anything else. We mess up, we're human. Yet it is that treasure I have found which forces me not to let go. It's interesting, isn't it, that Mary Anning was never a name I had heard of until fairly recently. I was not taught about her at school, although we did visit her finds in the National History Museum, and she was one of those women whose story was lost in the lives of men and history until now. It's interesting too that we are not content with that life lived then, but films and books like Ammonite and Remarkable Creatures have to embellish her story, making it more attractive or more profitable, more rewarding for today. We never know when the treasure within us will transform another person. And years later, God may surprise us. The need is for people to see Christ, not ourselves, which means that there's no need to embellish our message or to dress it up, but just keep it simple and authentic. That way people will not experience the church like that diamond rush in South Africa, being just in the best places for the best people for the return, but instead will see it as loving, committed communities full of loving people, remaining in those tough places, providing, serving and making a difference. Because the treasure we have is for all people, everywhere.